Living life on your terms is a pretty powerful idea for so many people because we've been so conditioned to be pushed around and dominated and controlled by institutions and people and our families, sometimes even strangers, right? And yesterday's IGTV video went deep into this topic. And if you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend that you do that. It's my most liked IGTV video to date. But I wanted to sort of follow on that whole topic of living life on your terms. So one of the ways that you start to live life on your terms is by taking back control of who you are and the people that you spend your time with. And so this whole idea of toxic relationships and eliminating the toxic relationships from your life has come up between us on several occasions, and I wanted to talk about that with regards to living your best life and living life on your terms. So I thought I would do that by sharing a story with you about myself. So for those of you who are new to my channel and new to me, hi and welcome. But what you probably don't know about me is that I am recently engaged. I've been engaged for about 18 months now, and when I got engaged, and I waited a really long time to find my person. This is going to be my first marriage, my first engagement. So yeah, I held out for the right guy. But besides that, when I found out, or when I got engaged, I obviously told my closest friends and my family. And one of my closest friends here in the US, when I told her, and we've been friends for 12 years and lived together and all sorts of things, tons of history, she simply replied with a text message. She didn't pick up the phone to call me. She didn't, say, even like the next day or something, if she was busy, she didn't call. She didn't say, oh my God, that's amazing, let's go out and celebrate. Or there was none of that. And even when she saw me for the first time after I got engaged, there wasn't like, oh my God, show me your ring, and got all excited. There was none of that. And us chicks, we do that kind of thing. It's not about the ring necessarily, but that's what we do. And so this was the first real sort of red flag that went up between her and I and our relationship, because obviously getting engaged and getting married shifts the dynamic of friendships. It's just natural. It's just the way it is. You can't be a single person when you're engaged or married. Your priorities change, and your obligations shift, and you're no longer living life just for you. You're living it for your spouse or your in-laws, and you've got commitments, right? So that was the first red flag, when there was just really no reaction, no acknowledgement, no excitement, no celebration, nothing. And so over the last 18 months, she and I, our relationship has had more and more cracks and fractures in it, basically because she is trying to control me and control my relationship with my fiance, and she's constantly prodding and prodding to get information out of me. And when I don't give her what she needs, she is relentless in just badgering me to get the response that she wants. So this is definitely flags. And it actually came to a head 3 months ago now. We were out to dinner, having a great time. Conversation came up about my relationship with my fiance, and him specifically, who she has not made any effort to get to know. So let me just preface it like that first. So he came up in conversation, and at the start it was, fine. And then it got like really personal and really intrusive and invasive, and she, like, there was the line and she just like went way over it. And it ended up being a really horrendous encounter with her. And what I realized that was, at that point, after all these other flags had come up, my words were no longer resonating with her. She wasn't hearing me. She didn't want to hear me because she wanted to hear what she wanted to hear. And so the only way for me at that point to eliminate the toxicity that she brought to my life and the toxic relationship that we had was through my behavior. My words were not working anymore. My behavior had to change. And what I did was I literally picked up my handbag and I walked out of that restaurant and I drove myself home. And I actually drove her to the restaurant and I left her there. I absolutely left her there. There was no qualms about it. I wasn't even thinking that I was going to offer her a ride home. And I had to do that. And it's, for you, it may sound completely extreme and you're probably like freaking out going, oh my God, I could never do that, la 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 la. But trust me, when relationship becomes that toxic, your behaviors have to show that other person that you respect yourself way too much to be spoken to like that. You respect the sanctity of your marriage or your children or your job or whatever it is that they're trying to break into and like pull apart and tear apart. You have to protect that nothing else, right? You have to protect your family, your life, your personal issues, everything that's sacred to you. You have to be like Tiger Mum, right? Protect that stuff. And so I had to walk out on her. I had to dissolve the relationship entirely because it was so toxic and there was nothing good coming out of it anymore. Neither one of us were enjoying each other's company, I don't think. Well, I can only speak for myself. I wasn't enjoying her company anymore. I didn't appreciate her pushing the boundaries and just disrespecting me, disrespecting our friendship, disrespecting my fiance, right? So I share this story with you because you may be in a similar situation with a friend, maybe a colleague, a lover, a parent, doesn't matter, whoever it may be. If it's at a point where it's super toxic and your words are falling onto deaf ears, nobody's hearing you anymore, nobody's respecting you, they're crossing boundaries, they're crossing the line over and over and over again on topics that you don't want to go there, nor should you have to, right? Nobody says that you have to speak about anything that you don't feel comfortable speaking about or share personal information that you're not comfortable sharing with. People have to earn the right for you to share certain things with them. It's just not open to anybody and everybody that crosses your path, right? So I share this with you because if you're in a similar situation to me and what I'm saying to you resonates, it's time for you to change your actions, change your behavior. If it means leaving a situation, leave. If it means, shutting somebody down, go and do that. If it means dissolving a relationship, do that. Right? If it means literally taking yourself out of a situation like I did, like literally walking out of that restaurant, getting in your car and leaving, do that. Do whatever you need to do to protect yourself, to protect everything that's sacred to you, no matter what. Nobody is above you. No one, not even your parents. Nobody's above you and what's sacred to you. It's your duty to respect yourself first and respect everything else that's important to you second, right? So I just wanted to share that with you to give you the courage, to give you the encouragement to go ahead and remove the toxicity from your life. Remove the toxic people, the toxic jobs, the toxic boss, the toxic situation, the toxic living arrangement that you may be in, and make sure you start doing this now. Don't wait for, I'll give them one more chance. No, if you've seen more than 2 or 3 red flags go up, the writing's on the wall and you're just kidding yourself that it's going to get any better. So think about that. Think about how that plays out in your life. My story is my story. Your story is unique to you, but I'm sure there are some similarities there. At the end of the day, we're all intertwined on this planet. We're all closer and connected than we actually think we are. So I hope this helps you. And like I keep saying to you, if you are enjoying this information, if it is helpful for you, please subscribe to my podcast. The link is in my bio. And again, you can connect with me on my website at juliecelli.com. And as a final note, I'm actually going to host a live event in Los Angeles where I'm going to face-to-face talk to you and train you and empower you in all these sorts of areas. So if you're interested in that, jump on my website, go to the Contact Us page, shoot me an email and say, yes, Julie, I'm interested. I want to come and hang out with you in LA. So God bless you and be well till next time. Bye-bye.